right, you're welcome on yet another Saturday afternoon beckons. It's your champions down. This is Britta. Welcome to yet another edition of Football Live right here. Football Live is from the stables of Britta Media right here on Football Live. We will guide you through. This leg will take us to 2 p.m. before we hand over to our guys in the UK studios. They will then guide you up until 6 p.m. Babafemi Raji is my name. I'm the topmost striker. I'm not alone. I've got two wonderful guys here. FJ and FJ, for those watching live on Facebook, I don't know what's happening here, but I know it's not sunny here. Temperatures should be somewhere around some 21 degrees in this studio.
Yes, Topmost.
Yes, and I also have Kingsley here. FJ, how you doing?
Topmost. This is my new retinue, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from Atlanta, Topmost. So I was telling Kingsley last night, Topmost, you know, we were going with Welcome to the Party, and Kingsley was a little bit confused. He was looking for some local flavor.
Oh.
I say, no, we don't roll like that. We go to Atlanta, and myself, you, and Ogewo from Atlanta, but he got some local.
You said, okay, some Anambra? Some Enugu, actually.
Topmost, I think you need to be wary. FJ with these glasses will confuse you. FJ was pronouncing L like Y yesterday. We saw Malo. FJ was saying it was Mayo on these glasses. So don't be surprised if it top.
Oh, that's Spain.
Yeah.
Double L. It's Mallorca.
No.
It's Spanish.
That was in Mallorca. That was in Mallorca. Like Malu. Like we saw a spelling that had Malu.
If it's O, it is you.
You.
O is you.
For Mallorca.
Proof FJ was actually spoken.
Eh?
Okay, you know, there's a way you can check it online and get the sound. That's what I'm saying. I already know, I know.
Yeah, but
Okay, Josh, say what again?
FJ was spot on.
Yeah.
FJ was spot on. With these glasses, why will you not support him? You are with the same glasses, so you support him.
He's saying. All right, good. Now I understand there's a matrix ongoing here. Okay, guys, you're welcome. You can join us via the phone line 0700000089. Also, get to join us on Facebook, Sports Radio Britta FM. That's the Facebook fan page. Games going down today. We also have very interesting talking points on the show today. We start rolling them out one after the other, but let's indeed inform you once again that in the Jupiler League in Belgium, Vaslem Beverly will host Mouscron, while Soccer Bruges will be away to Leuven. Club Bruges welcome St. Truden. Those games, and they will play 3 games in the Jupiler League in Belgium. While in the Premier League, the first game kicks off in about an hour from now. That's game between Burnley and Everton 7. It starts at 9 shortly. Manchester City at 4 p.m. will take on Fulham, while Manchester United will be away to West Ham United. What a reunion for Moisey. At 9 p.m., Chelsea takes on Leeds. Action right there in the Premier League. Your champions down. This is Britta. Now let's roll on quickly to our first talking point. Interesting one. We've got 4 talking points for this. For the 2 hours we'll be here till our guys in our UK studios join us now. Jurgen Klopp has fired back at Gary Neville's suggestions that he only cares about Liverpool and wants them to have an edge in the title race. In demanding 4 to 5 substitutions rule, the German manager said he was a caring man, unlike Neville, who he stopped short of accusing as selfish after the Englishman compared Klopp's lamentation to Sir Alex Ferguson's statements during Manchester United's glory days. Who do you back in this discuss? Klopp or Neville?
Topmost, I think I want to go with Jurgen Klopp because I feel that, you know, in England there's this pride, there's this ego showboating that the EPL will always try to stand out, and then when others are doing it this way, these I want to do ours. Remember the issue of the VAR, where they had to, you know, bring up their own kind of VAR, different from other top European club sides. Now, in the La Liga, the Serie A, the French Championat, and other leagues, they are still making 5 substitutions because it's unique times. It's very difficult times on the players. These players did not have pre-season. These players did not get to rest. They just finished the end of last season some weeks ago. Let me even not say months. And then they had to start the new season. No pre-season, nothing. I feel that, and the players are they are the main focus of any league, if the players are not there, we can't talk about a league. It's not even about the administrators, because the administrators cannot play it. It's on the players, the big names. These are the names that the fans, go out there to the stadium to watch, that the fans will tune on their TV set to watch, that the fans, will get it plugged on Real FM to listen to. They want to hear what their players are doing on every match day. But the organizers of the league are not putting these players' welfare into consideration, because they are tired, they are falling. These players are getting injured time and time again. I think Jurgen Klopp is right. I think the league needs to look into it and let them have 5 substitutions, because it will help. When they did Project Restart, they had a water break, and then it was 5 substitutions. So we didn't see players just fall like chickens and then get injured. But now, a long season, we have weeks and weeks of games, 38 weeks, and you expect that the manager should have just 3 substitutions. Check all the top teams. Their key and marquee players have gotten injured one time or the other, except maybe you just want to start resting players here. Jurgen Klopp have been trying to do, playing some players like Rhys Williams and Williams and all that, but it wouldn't work. Let them have 5 substitutions. It's not an advantage on the top teams, because even the lower sides also are getting injured. Their players are getting injured. So Jurgen Klopp is right. Phil Neville did not face this during his days. They had pre-season, and then they enjoyed all of the luxury of having to rest well. But now these games are coming in thick and fast. There's the EPL, the FA Cup will come in, we'll have the Carabao Cup and all of that, the UEFA Champions League. So these players don't even have time to rest, and they are not machines, they are humans. They need to rest. So I think I go with Jurgen Klopp on this.
Okay.
That they need to have 5 substitutions, and it's not being selfish. It's talking for everybody.
All right, MJ.
Topmost, I'm gonna say this to our fans: when 2 legends are talking, please make sure you take everything they say with a pinch of salt. Legends of Manchester United and legends of Arsenal, when they speak, don't pay them any attention, and here's why. Gary Neville says he's speaking from a lofty perch of having played under Sir Alex Ferguson, and he knows that Sir Alex Ferguson knows how to get under the skin of the rivals, and that this is how he gains unfair advantage. He what ifs, he faps around. Hey, Topmost striker, we're talking about a Manchester United that won 13 Premier League titles. Can you tell me that Manchester United played 13 championships getting under the skin of their rivals? Absolutely not. You're talking about 13 championships where the managers have finished second, where managers that buckled under pressure. Do you want to tell me about Kevin Keegan? You want to tell me about Rafa Benitez? Even Jose Mourinho fell for Sir Alex Ferguson's bait. So what are we talking about? I do not think, of course, in any way that Jurgen Klopp is trying to gain advantage. Look at Liverpool this season. They've suffered 43 injuries. Wow. It is barely, it's just December. They've only played 3 months, and they've suffered 43. Last season, they suffered 34 in the entire season. And that tells you something. That look, this time, this peculiar times in which we find ourselves require peculiar solutions. I'd always give the example that you always give, that for instance of Nigeria. Nigeria is a peculiar situation, just like this COVID times. These are peculiar situations that are not common in the world today. And when you have situations that are not common in the world today, you've got to attack it, peculiar solutions. And that's basically what Jurgen Klopp is calling for. Liverpool have had times this season where the first 11 has barely started maybe 3 or 4 games this season together, and it tells you the tale. Players are just coming back from injuries. So when you're talking about squad depth, perhaps Jurgen Klopp does not have that squad depth that you're talking about. He's going to have to bring on players who is just coming in, players who are just trying to blend into the squad. And you cannot tell me that Liverpool have got the best squad in the Premier League. Absolutely not. They might have got the best team, but they've not got the best squad in terms of pound for pound individuals in the Premier League. They've got the best team as a whole, as a unit. Absolutely correct. But City have got more quality. United have got more quality as well. When you talk about pound for pound quality in their teams, starting lineup and the substitute bench. So those are the players. Chelsea have got 2 options in every positions on the field of play. Tell me how many Premier League teams can boast of having Kepa and Willy Caballero as backup goalkeepers. Tell me how many Premier League teams can have Reece James as a backup defender, or Cesar Azpilicueta as a backup right back. You're talking about a team that's got Thiago Silva, Kurt Zouma, Andres Christensen, Antonio Rudiger on his side. You're talking about a team that's got Marcos Alonso, Emerson at left back,
and even Chilwell.
And even Ben Chilwell. So you're talking about Chelsea here. Arsenal, well, maybe not. But you talk about 3 teams already ahead of Liverpool in terms of pound for pound quality. Yeah. Note, pound for pound quality, not as a unit, but pound for pound quality in the league. And you're saying that Jurgen Klopp is fighting for himself, he's trying to get psychological advantage. He said it that, look, if I'm taking off Andrew Robertson, it's because I want to bring on Tino Tsimikas. We saw Tino Tsimikas in the Champions League. Come on, so what are we talking about here? Neco Williams is finally getting into the team because he's been given time and chance again. Neco Williams has cost Liverpool 4 points this season already.
We saw games that
the games that Liverpool should have confidently won. The man has been one of the reasons why they've lost. Why? Trent Alexander-Arnold is not around. So when you're taking that kid off, who are you bringing on? Another youngster. I mean, so I think Jurgen Klopp has got every reason to make these claims. And Pep Guardiola, I think he just kept quiet because he felt, look, these people are not going to pay attention anymore. And only going to associate deep down knows that perhaps, you know, maybe we would have even seen Johnny Gallo play more games this season. But all in all, Gary Neville, whatever they're smoking in Manchester, I don't understand it. And I think he's just trying very hard to gain the spotlight for no particular reason.
Okay, good, interesting. And we'll soon go to the venues. We've got games to go down today, talking about the CAF Champions League. We also have the CAF Confederation Cup tie. Caterpillars will be in action. We also have Plateau United. They will be in action. They will be away. Or they are away at Simba, right there. Quickly, the starting lineup out already. As indeed revealed or drafted by Abdul Meikaba. Adamu Abubakar wears just number 22. He starts today's game for Plateau United. Ibrahim Abubakar indeed wears just number 18. Gabriel Wassa, Isa Ndala, Dennis Nya, Ikefe Andrew, Buhari Ibrahim, Sunday Aletuji wears just number 9. Abba Umar, Uche Ochewochi, and Charles Henlong indeed all starting right there for Plateau United. The game between Simba and Plateau United kicks off at 3 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll soon head straight to the venue of the game between Seme Sungila Caterpillars and Janaf of Senegal. Bisalo Okere will indeed give us reports from that end. But in the meantime, let's get to hear from you. Who do you go with in this particular discourse? Gary Neville or Jurgen Klopp? Gary Neville or Jurgen Klopp? Well, these are really not normal times, guys. And that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Not normal times. However, 5 substitutions will favor teams with richer benches.
Topmost.
That's the fact.
Topmost.
5. Wait, I'm not saying it. See, there is nothing you try to do. See, life no balance. This life no balance.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. 5 substitutions will favor.
But we already have
teams. A team with a richer bench. Yeah, it will.
We already have 3 substitutions. Topmost.
Yeah, I know.
And then if you look at the first level,
5.
Yes.
5 further improves.
But if you look at
the
it,
impact
but if you look at
of a team with a richer bench
on
a good day, a team with a richer bench that is already getting it wrong and has only a chance for 3 substitutions, and the other of the team with not too rich bench but is doing well, and you've exhausted the 3. You understand? They've exhausted their 3 and they're still doing well. Normally you should be leading, and then perhaps unfortunately you are trailing, and then he still looks back. He still has 2.
Yeah.
From a rich bench. Let me take City Leeds for instance. Let's give worst case scenario. It's going bad. Guardiola will look at his bench and still smile because he knows something can. You know, those 2 players.
Yes.
It could change things.
No, it will be on very exceptional cases. It will be on. See, it wouldn't be every weekend. We need these players to.
I said teams with rich bench. Teams like Liverpool.
No. The problem is, where's the rich bench?
Where? Even the Man City you are talking about.
Man City.
Check their bench.
Okay. Compare the bench to the bench of Arsenal.
Topmost. FJ exited the group.
No, but we understand. Even their first level. No, their first level is
West
better.
Ham. They will suffer. You may not see it as being rich, but comparatively, you now find out that in fact that coach that even has as in the larger wealth of experience has the advantage to rectify mistakes.
So that's a short-term advantage.
Because do you know substitutions are like means to rectify mistakes.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So imagine a genius. How would I put it? A genius. Someone that normally will get A's, but unfortunately the B's are just the ones coming, and you're going for an exam, and then someone that normally is an average person, you understand, and then you're going for an exam, and you have a chance to be able to go back and correct certain things. It's that genius that will have the advantage.
Yeah.
Naturally, normally will have the advantage. So that's it. So but these 5 substitutions will favor Klopp.
But it's on the shot.
Then
now.
it will favor e.g. a Solskjaer.
But it's on the shot.
So Solskjaer may not even know what to do with these hubs.
That's on the manager. That's on the rule. It's on the manager, not on the rule.
He may not even know what to do with them.
It's on the manager.
Thomas, nobody cares.
Yeah, it's on the manager. But on the long term, these players will get tired and they'll burn out.
Okay, let's get it here from you guys. 07 00 00 889. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Football Live. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Hello, what's your name? Okay, the engineers will. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello? Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Anointing. Yes, please, I want to...
Oh. 00 00 889. It's your champions, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brilla. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is Emeka.
You're welcome, Emeka.
I have been campaigning about this 5-2 format before the commencement of the season, and I'm not going to relent on this. There is this myth, or let me say a fallacy, that suggests that the 5-2 format is going to benefit the big boys. I think that's utterly nonsense. Permitting to use the word. If the 5-2 format is not about the big boys, no, it is about the welfare of the players. Everybody knows that before the commencement of the season, there was no preseason. As a matter of fact, 85% of clubs that are playing in the Premier League right now never had any preseason, including the big boys. So where those that are making that fallacy, where is the statistics? Where is the statistics? Now, the last count, when it comes to the votes for this, and the key question we need to ask ourselves: why is the Premier League putting that matter into votes? Why? When other leagues and even the UEFA did not even make it as a debate that we are living in an uncertain times. Period. We are living in uncertain times. If there was no COVID-19, nobody in his right senses would talk about 5-2 format. But we are living in uncertain times. Every week we keep hearing cases upon cases of COVID-19, cases and upon cases of injuries and also injuries and what have you. And somebody is telling me that this policy favors the big boys. It's quite ridiculous and ludicrous. Now, permit me to say this: that in the last count of the vote, it was 11 against 9. Talking about the 20 clubs, it was put to vote. The big question I ask myself is: what were the 11 clubs thinking when they voted in favor against the 5-2? What were they thinking? Okay, they said it favors the big boys. Did Aston Villa not beat Liverpool 7-2 the other time? 3 days. So why are they complaining? In fact, let me put it this way: this 5-2 format is even going to benefit even Aston Villa themselves, because even they will have to go and dig deeper and bring in players we have not even seen before in the Premier League. After all, they all have their academies. They can go there and scout players and bring in. And so I don't understand where that theory came from. So it's quite unfortunate and pathetic that the Premier League, led by Richard Masters, cannot even stand tall and say, look, we are not putting this matter into vote. This is a matter that must be adopted, whether the Premier League clubs like it or not. Okay? It's quite sad. How many injuries should Premier League clubs suffer before that policy is implemented? How many COVID-19 cases will come into force before they realize that the 5-2 format should be adopted? And let's not forget, during the project restart, it was Chelsea that suggested that, look, we are apart from 5 substitute format. We are also suggesting let the number of substitutes be increased from 7 to 9, and it was increased to 9.
Yeah.
Even in the Europa Champions League, the number has even extended. You can even field as much as 11 player substitutes. On the bench.
Yeah.
So why is the Premier League so stingy about this?
Ego.
Why are they very stingy about this?
It's ego.
It's quite unfortunate. Now, 2 months ago, Chelsea released their squad numbers and their players, and they included Peter Cech. Everybody was laughing that a whole Peter Cech is in the Chelsea squad, but there was a reason behind this. It is possible that a certain Edouard Mendy and Pepe Arrizabalaga can have COVID-19. And it's possible that Caballero at the same period will sustain an injury from nowhere, and that will keep it out for weeks. And before he says that Robinson, Chelsea don't have any goalkeeper. Just imagine who is going to slot in there. It's Peter Cech, of course, who has been training all along if in such situations should arise. Everybody was thinking that Chelsea were stupid for making that decision, but it was a very cautious and very intelligent decision from my own estimation. So the Premier League should stop being stingy and start adopting the 5 substitute, because if they don't, I promise you, there's going to be more COVID-19 cases and more injuries to come. This is just the tip of the iceberg for me. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. 207 00000089. Let me go straight to our Facebook fan page and take a comment on our Facebook fan page, Sports Radio Real FM. The Facebook fan page, Abdurrahim Ibrahim Ibrahim Aliu says, good afternoon, topmost striker. I'm good to go. Let's take this call. That's on Facebook. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Patrick.
You're welcome, Patrick. Let's hear you, Patrick.
We are talking about what Zero King.
Sorry?
Gary
Neville.
Okay, Gary Neville, yeah. I think I tend to agree with him, and I disagree with JJ.
Jurgen Klopp and Neville.
Yeah, but what JJ said is what I don't want to disagree.
Jurgen Klopp said
that the analysis in what he said now, the analysis you against Marvel now, is that not so?
Yes.
So now I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, go.
And agreeing with Marvel because one, remember that Brexit is coming. I hope you are aware. Hello? Go ahead. I remember Brexit is coming. That's why the EPL is unique. And that is why anybody that comes to the EPL, that's where you are tested. You are tested and trusted. Just like Mendy now. He has not been tested and trusted because he has been relaxing in a race since and being excelling. But it is now, especially this season we are entering, where you will play 2 matches every week. You will play Champions, you will play this, you play that. So I tend to agree because that is where players are tested and trusted, and that is why Messi is afraid to come to EPL because he knows that by the time he dragged, Ronaldo came here and he saw and he conquered before he moved to 3 other leagues now.
Okay.
So I think because EPL is unique. That is why it is.
Okay, because the EPL is unique. That's just it. So because the EPL is unique. Okay, good. Thanks so much. Let me get straight to Kaduna. We'll be having talking about Caterpillars being in action later today from 4 p.m. Caterpillars will take on Giraffe of Senegal. Let me go meet Bisala Wakera, who's right there. The game will be played at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna. Let's head straight to join. We call the first leg. Giraffe beats Caterpillars 3-1. Bisala, how you doing?
Yes, Topo, it's a pleasure once again. Good afternoon to everyone listening to Radio for Night Villa FM. The international guy is back on the road again. Well, today is looking calm, sunny. The weather is very harsh, but at least, the Caterpillars boys will be here since Sunday, since Monday, and they've arrived from...
when you say here, where? Confirm the location, Bobo.
The Kaduna City to be precise.
Okay.
Very harsh right now. And just some minutes ago, I just got the car for Caterpillars. just to go there for the accreditation. So 3 have been confirmed to enter the stadium. And before we left, the technical crew, led by the coach, Emmanuel Lionel Sokoya, met with the players. They actually studied videos. Yesterday we had the same section. And this afternoon they've had some film and video section also right there before they had their lunch. And like from the opponent's team, let me give you up to see that they arrived Kaduna at about 11 a.m. Nigerian time. They got into Abuja early this morning and moved straight to the talking about Idu railway station, where they now moved from Idu by train to Kaduna. So they arrived with Jata railway station at about 10:30 11 a.m. Nigerian time. So they've now had time to rest, and I think that should be a favorable one for Canopilas because despite the long journey they perceive, particularly setting and every other stress they pass through, if Canopilas can actually take a lead to it, they can go all out for the team. The same thing happened to Canopilas on getting to Senegal. The coach yesterday talking about the Sokoya said that one of the reasons why they lost in Senegal was that they got into Senegal late and they didn't have a lot of time to react. So the same thing is happening to the Senegalese right now. And maybe that could be an
So sorry, Busara, you are trying to tell us today that if Canopilas they don't get to beat Jaraf by the same 3-1 minimum, we should agree that Sokoya. I mean the coach. Sokoya is Sokoya. Because if you are saying it's the same thing that happened to Same Sungida and they fell that way, that's why they lost that game. And the same thing is happening to Jaraf. They must beat Jaraf.
For me, the boys are in good mood. Wima and Wagwa was good friends. Rabi Ali, the guy who scored the goal, the only goal right there. Kenneth Amir, Suraj Ayele for Idris Mohammed Joshua. They got into into Kaduna, and they have the likes of the experience Abdullah Musa to lead the defense line with a friend, Emeka Ugu, moving in the defense line. They have the quality players from the wings. I believe that Canopilas, what they have in the team right now, we can just go out there to stand AFC Jafar. The problem is to score 2 goals. When we score 2 goals, then we are sure that an Enrico will take them through. But 2 goals doesn't seem well enough because, God forbid, what we are in that moment, something happened. So they need to at least not get 2 goals in the first half or get 3, then push for another extra one. But for me, like I said, what I've seen in the Canopilas camp is that at Kaduna yesterday is that the boys are ready to go. To get Nigerians to forgive them for their first leg disappointment. And they said this time around, we will correct the wrong when we take them right there. And like you know, the Ahmadu Stadium is the natural grass stadium. So they've been training there before they went to the Ranchers. They had the training session yesterday morning at the Ranchers B Stadium, where it's also a natural grass. So I think all in all, everything should be working in their favor. And some new visitors will be coming in today. Yesterday I spoke with the chairman of the LNC, who was also saying he's going to be around, the chairman of Kanu, Inua Alan, Sharif Inua Alan, who is also going to be in town. So Nigeria Football Federation has their support. Canopilas has the support of the Federation as a this afternoon. So we should have said that all things being equal, the same Megiddo fan at the end of 90 minutes, at the end of by 6 p.m. Nigerian time today, should be singing a song. Now go the year, that's the song should be in their voices and in their mouth later this evening.
Okay. Thanks, Musayo. Do you have an idea of the jerseys they will be putting on? Talking about Canopilas.
Canopilas to come out in their all yellow team.
Well, being the home team anyway.
Being the home team, they come out in the yellow team. I think the home team has the red jersey to wear blue. But we've not seen them. They just go in some minutes ago to an hotel where we don't have the location as a man. You know, this anti-panty of we want to do test. Even as we are hearing that they were supposed to do a test, COVID-19 test, and they said they've done in Senegal. So those issues are still being talked about in the pre-match meeting before we left the current pillars camp. I hope all has been solved, and we should have a better day for the team basically.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much. Thanks, Musayo. I appreciate you. We'll be in touch with you from time to time. Get to find out how things are going and get updates right there. Thanks so much, Musayo.
Thank you so much, of course. It's a pleasure once again. I'm really.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, time permitting and being able to connect, we will head to meet up with talking about the media officer of Plateau United as well. Got to find out what's popping from that end. Got to know what's happening. How about Dapkut will indeed get to feel the scene to what's popping from that zone, because Plateau United, of course, in action in the CAF Champions League. They take on Simba of Tanzania. Plateau United will be in action against Simba of Tanzania. Recall the first leg at home here. Simba ran away with that slim victory. All these teams, all these Simba and Co. I want to wait for Amigo climber Abdul Mekaba. You come beat Abdul Mekaba for home.
Topmost Simba.
No, I'm just I know
10 years ago. So
yeah, wait. No, even 10 years ago they've been strong. Simba have been a strong team. The strong team.
But
I'm not saying if I said I want reform. I didn't be in the league was running. They can't come and do this, man.
no, they well, I don't know.
Abdul
But
Mekaba.
they can do it to play too, but not even.
No, they won't even do it to play two. They can't do it to play two.
Thomas,
Play two under Abdul Mekaba. They're not fit.
I'm indifferent to that. I think basically what Plateau United missed last week the most, they missed two players. They missed Anozie in goal.
Yeah, the goalkeeper.
And they missed, and they missed Nenrod Silas as well, who's at the under-20 camp. Look, most importantly, I think they missed Silas more. Silas is one of those youngsters that gives them a joie de vivre, gives them another dimension in attack. He allows them to play on the front foot, creates clear-cut opportunities, scores them as well. Perhaps one of the most important players in that squad, topmost. He wasn't there. It was in Abuja. He was training with the under-20 squad. And you know, in my mind, I'm thinking these things happen. We've seen South Africa do this a lot of times. Players who are with the national team and the club has got an important game, release him for that game. Let him come, play that game. It's not like he's coming to play with strangers. He's coming to play with players he's played with all his life. And just release him, let him come for that game. You know what they do? They don't allow him to come for the game. He stays in Abuja and he watches when his team loses. Very silly goal to concede as well. And that's why I think, you know, they missed Anozie. The goalkeeper's fumbling the ball and then he doesn't even recover in time and all that. And then today again, I think Abdul Mekaba is showing a lot of confidence in Abubakar to keep him in goal. I think Ajiboye perhaps should be the one man in the goal for the second leg because of his experience apparently. And I think given the fact that we're not sure whether Simba would have fans in the stadium, I think Ajiboye would be able to deal in no style environment much better. A man who is fumbling balls on his own home turf without the fans there, no pressure. I don't know what he's going to do when he gets to Tanzania in front of thousands of fans in Dar es Salaam.
Okay, let's take some calls. But before that, we'll take some comments on our Facebook fan page. Baba Topmost Striker. Okay, good afternoon. Watching live. Uzoka. Abraham Olaf says, let's go. Thanks. Hi, Bill. How do you do with it? Good. Zaidu. Hello, my people. Okay, no. Sonic Waladeji. Okay, have a nice weekend, guys. Thanks. Greetings, Brilla Farila. Is AC Augustine. Thanks, Brilla. Ain't working. Okay, Emmanuel Godwin. Good afternoon, Topmost. Let club go and sleep. Chukwu Emeka Kama. Drop that. Say club should go and sleep. 5 substitutions should take place before the thing gets worse. Amusa Olaniwaju. Watching you guys live. Me. Thanks so much. Good afternoon, guys. Okay, breaking at intervals. Bruna Ezebube. Okay, if it's via Facebook, then it means perhaps it's your system buffering. Okay? Anyway, so let's go to our next talking points, and then we get to start and let over the game to go down. We've got 1:30 p.m. kickoff in the Premier League. Already in Turkey, 2 games have started already. 17 minutes gone. Gengligi taking on Alanyaspor. It is 1-0. Gengligi leading. Godstep taking on Kayserispor. 69 minutes, it's barren in the Turkish Super League. Let's go straight in Spain, 2 p.m. kickoff. Levante taking on Etafe. While already 1:30 p.m. Burnley Everton. FJ will give us the starting lineup for this particular one. Just straight starting lineup, sharp, and then we go straight starting lineup. Burnley, Everton, FJ.
Yes, topmost at Turf Moor today. Burnley in search of their second consecutive Premier League win. Nick Pope, of course, is in goal for this fixture. It's a back four of Charlie Taylor, Ben Mee, James Tarkowski, and Mark Lowton. The midfield four: Dwight McNeil, Josh Brownhill, Ashley Westwood, and Rob Brady. Up front, it's Jay Rodriguez and Chris Wood. What about on the bench? Sean Dyche, 200th Premier League game in charge. He's got Bailey Peacock-Farrell, Jimmy Dunn, Kevin Long, Eric Peters, Josh Benson, Ashley Bonds, and Matej Vidra on the bench right there. And of course, let me remind you that of the 15 English managers who have reached 200 games in the Premier League, only 4 of them have won that particular fixture. Will the man called Sean Dyche join that exclusive group? For Everton, Carlo Ancelotti goes with Jordan Pickford in goal. It's a back three of Ben Godfrey, Yeremina, and Michael Keane. Midfield quartet, once again, Alexander Iwobi starts at right wing back. He's joined by Abdoulaye Doucouré, Alan, and of course Fabian Delph. Up front, it's James Rodriguez, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Richarlison. Apologies, and of course on the bench, Jonas Lossell is joined by Mason Oldgate, Andre Gomez, Galford Sigurdsson, Bernard, Tom Davies, and Cenk Tosun. Those are the players on the bench for Everton at Burnley in today's 1:30 p.m. kickoff as far as the Premier League is concerned. Tottenham striker, and of course looking closely at this fixture, particularly because it's Sean Dyche's 200th game in charge. Everton, everyone was tipping them for the title at the start of the season. Now, if they get into if you are tipping them for top 4, perhaps you're doing a good job as well. But of course, seems like
well, it looks like a beautiful moment to spoil this occasion for Sean Dyche. And I know Ancelotti already has the spoiling machine to do that. You know, smash the cake, burn the turkey, burn the grill. You know, just light the gas cooker, boah, explode. Spoil the fun. Smash Burnley 3-0. And let Sean Dyche remember this for the rest of his life.
Yeah, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring a brace, I think it will help.
You understand? For the rest of his life, he remembers this.
Almost. We don't want him to remember his.
You know, there are ways you like to be remembered. Like today's edition of Music and Sports.
Yeah, almost.
That referee just wanted to be remembered for the rest of his life, and for the rest of life. So that anytime you mention Zidane and that final moment,
you mentioned Oratio Elizondo.
You will mention that referee.
But Thomas, that referee is a criminal. I'm sorry to say.
I don't want to know. But I'm just going to tell you, you will mention. See, that's all. At this moment, don't you think it's okay for Ancelotti when he say 200th game, Sean Dyche, and then he say, Ancelotti is spoiling him.
Do you know?
I like being mentioned in that light.
Spoilers. Thomas, the only reason why I don't fancy it, Arsene Wenger innocently 1,000 game. What happens? It gets smashed for 6. And of course, we can never forget Jose Mourinho for doing that. So this one we don't. I don't want it. Win the game, Sean Dyche, please.
No.
Don't be like Arsene Wenger.
No.
Everyone gets smashed for 6.
Calvert-Lewin should score a brace.
Misery loves company.
Okay, let's go straight to our next talking point. Now, Rivers United, we know the captain and former Imba defender Ifeanyi Onumina is attributed one of the failures of the NPFL teams on the continent to the often non-concurrent cycle of the league and CAF competition, citing that match fitness and consistent action helps put the teams in shape for the task ahead. Rivers United lost to Futuro Kings away last week. They host the Equatorial Guineans today. They host them 4 p.m. In Port Harcourt. Still talking about Rivers United hosting the team from Equatorial Guinea. Now we ask everyone, sharp. We'll make it very brief, sharp. Okay, sorry for the breaking channel. Is anyone making an excuse for when Rivers gets eliminated, or just preaching the gospel? Is he just trying to make an excuse just in case Rivers United gets eliminated? or perhaps just preaching, just letting everybody know what is happening or what must have happened, so attributing it to certain things. Guy is quiet.
No,
Thomas, see, let's look at this from 3 points.
It's 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, structure, quality, tradition. Structure. Ifeanyi Nemina has a point, because if your league has kick-started and your players, you know, are match fit and they're already in the groove, when you get to play on the continent, you know, it will tell. You know, unlike when other leagues have started and then you're still playing pre-season and then one Oba Cup somewhere, one Governor's Cup somewhere, which you cannot equate with, you know, the intensity, the feisty nature of the league. You're traveling to go play in some centers, you're already in that mood. Then if you get to play on the continent, it's not a big deal, it's not a problem, because you've been prepared. When it comes to structure, I think I understand Ifeanyi Nemina, but if you say tradition of the club and then experience of the players, for tradition, I don't think the likes of Rivers and maybe Plateau United and maybe MFM and all of that have that tradition that is side like Enyimba has. Enyimba already understands how to do this. See, if Enyimba do not get to play for 2 years, they still know the kind of recruitment they will make, and then how they will get their players in tune, in line, to be prepared for such hostilities when they travel to play away from home, and also when they want to prosecute continental games. So I think that's why they have the edge, and that's why they were the only side last weekend that came back with a positive result. Talking about quality, I don't think any other side playing on the continent, Kano Pillars, Plateau United, even Rivers.
So in other words,
the quality that
are you saying he's just making an excuse for when I don't want to use when, if they eventually get eliminated?
I don't think they'll be eliminated. Rivers United, I think he's just saying this for just to keep himself
for
in
prosperity sake.
Say Atokamu, but Rivers.
Not the same thing.
Rivers should be able to win just with a lone goal. A lone goal will put them through. So they should get that. No, they should get that.
Thomas,
Prosperity 6 and what you are getting are the same thing.
Thomas, I'm not going to be diplomatic. I'm going to go straight to the point.
Be worristic.
Yeah, he's making an excuse. This is an excuse for in case we get eliminated.
They won't.
I said it.
They won't.
In case we get, and Thomas, this is not the kind of statement you make ahead of a second leg fixture that you've lost the first leg 2-1. No, we don't want to hear it.
No,
we don't care whether you are match fit or not. You've been in pre-season for over 6 weeks. Thomas, 6 weeks! And if you're in pre-season for 6 weeks and you play competitions,
A long goal we're through.
yes, Thomas.
You know that.
Yes, Thomas.
1 goal to nothing.
Thomas,
I'm
One unreplied goal
I'm surprised that FJ is saying this.
Thomas, do you know the problem I have with Nigerian clubs? We have a way of making meals out of nothing.
No.
Absolute nothing.
Thomas.
Watch what we're going to watch. I'm saying we, because now Rivers United are representing Nigeria. Watch how they are going to make a meal of that second leg tomorrow.
No, they'll win by a lone goal.
Oh,
Thomas, this same FJ came here to say that Genetron was, right, to respect Sierra Leone, and then say anything can happen. They are a big side. Sierra Leone, 81 places behind the Super Eagles. So if you can accept Genetron to give Sierra Leone such respect, then you should also respect Ifeanyi Nemina saying the same thing. So don't come out with double standard.
There's a difference. Now, he's not saying that they should respect Futuro Kings. He is saying, in case we get eliminated.
Yes, Genetron said that in case they beat us.
Thomas, please. In case we get eliminated, you are going to the crucial second leg. You're my coach. I'm the captain of your team. And then you say, oh, FJ, go speak to the media. And I'm speaking to the media, and what I'm saying is, the reason why we lost the first leg was simply because we were not match fit. And you've coached us long enough to prepare for the tie. And then I'm saying, oh, in case you get eliminated, I'm saying, oh, the reason why we don't perform well is because pre-season, it always comes before the main competition.
But the fact is, you cannot take pre-season to be in competition mode.
Topmost.
Yeah.
Topmost.
But you know that,
Topmost,
right? But you know that, right?
Topmost, as much as I agree with that premise. Now let's go back to when CAF were running a January to December calendar. And then most of the times, North African sides who were finishing the season and were getting into pre-season had to play group stage games in the summer.
Here we're coming from a league that ended abruptly. the COVID-19 situation. And mind you, officially, it's just recently that government said football can go on.
Yes.
Even at that, trust me, everyone is still skeptical about football restarting because the numbers are rising again.
Yeah.
You understand? The numbers are rising again. And even the PTF will be watching. Everyone is watching. The NCDC, the government is watching. And then the clubs are at a limbo. Should we go full throttle? The NMC will look at it. Let it just start. No. Should we just hold back? What if we start and then government say, okay, numbers are rising again, let's stop. Another dent. You understand? So a lot of things. This thing, aside, see, I'm with Ife Nomina.
Yeah.
A lot of things, a lot of factors come in here. Psychologically, mainly. It's here. That 2-1 is a win. That loss away to win a win. Very brave, considering everything these guys have gone through. A win. You understand? So it's just perhaps we just have to present teams on a norm. Perhaps maybe just avoid the competition because we just had to we just had to present teams. We all know how the league ended. We had to look for ways. No, it was even WPPG.
Yeah.
We adopted. Yes, it was weighted. Yes, it was WPPG. We eventually, when PPG doesn't solve problem, you go for the next phase.
Yeah.
It was WPPG, and you went for that, and then, so a lot of things, and then they could not play football at home. Do you know you can't be training on your own alone and expect to go into a competition?
Playing no basketball.
You must. Even all this pre-season will not really put them in shape compared to these guys. You understand? A lot of countries, their governments have allowed do this, you can do this. But you know, say we all have our peculiarities, and we are God forbid we are 200 million estimates. we are not small in numbers.
Yes.
No, that people. When I keep saying we are a peculiar people, it's basically the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers holds great potentials. And again, if you are not careful, if you don't manage that, the numbers could spell your doom.
Yeah.
If you don't harness it well, if you don't manage it well. So, and so far so good. I think it's been managed so that we when they see with the job dead for road. It's like some people don't understand that this thing is very
At that
real.
point, football is
very
less,
secondary.
less significant.
If you've seen someone will catch the team before, you go know how far. You understand? Or if you know someone who don't lose, you will know how far. But you know true, you will mask up. Guys, mask up. It's still real. We still have 300 something cases yesterday. Anyway, 0700000089. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Femi.
Good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Just one quick question.
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
Uvier.
Okay, Uvier.
How come the Egyptian league was shut down? Yes, Egyptian clubs were able to do one of the continent. Egyptian clubs are giving excuses. Please compare with that.
Egyptian league shut down.
Yes, when it was shut down.
The Egyptian league was complete. They finished the league.
Not now. There was a period it was shut down. Egyptian league was shut down.
After the outside stadium disaster.
Okay. And you mean after all those? Well, you can say that, but remember they were hot in competition.
Yeah.
Compared to this, do you know what it is? The league has always been on and then shut down for a period. But this one, when last did you finish your league in the last 3 seasons? When we say league finish, as in steady cycle. Yeah. These things matter a lot too.
Yeah.
Okay, they come out of picking for school every one time every session. They can't go gain promotion. And that's it's basic now.
True.
Come out picking for school second time, make it do first time, come back on do third time now. No see how far. Ordinary continuous assessment don't rule them. I'm telling you because it's continuous assessment. If you go first, it's basic.
And a lot of things they will discuss in class, and you will be lost.
It's just basic.
Be lost.
Do 1 semester for school instead of 2. Now, maybe see whether you go to there, whether you go carry the rest. That's how I carry it, but you go carry everything. Go. You understand?
Take one semester, take a leave of absence, come back.
You are still coming back to meet the backlog.
Yeah.
That's exactly what is happening to these teams.
Yeah.
Every season you don't finish. You don't carry them over. You may think you escaped it. You don't carry them over. For instance, if you was meant to go down on relegation and you did not, the mistakes you made the previous season, you cannot correct it. Because the avenue to correct it would have been that relegation.
Yeah.
So Thomas is saying now that the same teams that should have been relegated in the MPFL will still get relegated?
Because I'm saying they will make same mistakes. They will make same mistakes. Don't see it as second chance. No! It is just second chance for failure. You will fail again. Playing. You understand? So all I'm just trying to say,
Thomas, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to these clubs?
the backlog day, you must carry them for back.
True.
It's basic.
True. And we've patched things up a lot. We try to play league with
It's
24
back-
teams,
it's
saying they'll play. You know, it's just not.
You understand? So I'm just saying, don't blame these guys.
Yeah.
Don't blame this. Don't really. I'm not holding brief for anyone, but see, a lot has happened.
Yeah.
Again, the system.
Yeah.
If you start tracing everything back, you trace it back to somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, you go to Abuja, trace them. 0700000. I'm telling you, you break all fingers we pointing towards. I don't want. I'm not talking for chasing or following you. You understand?
Hate speech.
You understand? But it will point somewhere. Because there must be the wheel. There must be the wheel.
Yeah.
The wheel must be there.
That's
Get
the
it
gospel,
right.
Thomas.
Even FIFA recognizes that. That is why it is, even before a country, an FA cannot say I want to host a FIFA competition now. It's the government's approval. It means the government must display the wheel.
Yeah.
That's it.
True.
It's the wheel. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome to Football Live. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, this is Patrick.
You're welcome, Patrick. You're welcome, Patrick.
Yeah, we are talking about is it the local league on the continent, Rivers United and the rest.
Ifeanyi Elemina talked about something. He attributed, Rivers United captain, former Iba defender, attributed one of the failures of the MPFL teams on the continent to the often non-concurrent cycle of the league.
Yes.
Now we're asking, is Elemina just making an excuse just in case Rivers United gets eliminated, or is just preaching the gospel?
Yes. My regards to your colleagues in the studio. Well, I want to disagree with that phenomenon, that captain of Rivers United, because the people who is playing with that underwent the same process. You are in Africa for crying out loud. Are they abroad? Are they abroad? No, you can speak this. I don't understand. You can't believe this. Even those in Europe have been catching it and they have been playing. Apart from the Newcastle and Crystal Palace that were cancelled yesterday or 2 days ago, no league has been cancelled. And yes, they have been. It's going to prove that we are already prepared to fail, because when you don't prepare well, you are prepared to fail. You cannot be giving such a thing because the people.
Oh, what happened? Okay, please do call back, okay? Try to call back. 0700000089. We're 10 minutes away from kickoff. 10 minutes away from kickoff. And then the game between Burnley and Everton. 10 minutes away from kickoff. NSL Football Live will soon go on a little break. 17 news. And then return, continue with the rest of the show as we get set to hand over to our guys in our UK studios, because they're warming up for us as well. Talking about Bobby Jackson and Steve Pearson. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody in the studio.
Good afternoon.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Richard.
You're welcome, Richard.
Yeah, everything you are saying is true, because when you watch our Nigerian league, you cannot use to compare South African league. South African league number 1 has a date. If they say they are starting today, they are starting today. For our own, if Nigeria say that they want to start today, They will see proposes like 3 times or 4 times before they start it. Understand? And you cannot use what we call a friendly match to compare a serious match. Understand? It's like 300 friendly match, and one complete match, one outstanding match is better than that friendly match. So our team is playing continental. Me, I don't see anybody. Even I'm an Enyimba fan. Even I'm Enyimba, I don't see anything. They can win this match, but to progress, to go higher, I don't see it. Understand? So sometimes I don't know where our lead is going. And sometimes they bring real fans watching Oyibo Spain. When you, like, I listen to Bill every day, you listen to Billa. We cannot hear any good news about our league. Understand?
What do Kuda? How can you say you listen to Billa, you know they hear good news? How do you mean you know they hear good news?
I mean, like, Nigeria league don't have any good news in our league.
What makes you think so? It is the situation that happens that you get the news. You get the reports.
Now you are still saying the same thing. Understand? That's what I'm saying.
No, we have to explain it because you talk say you dey listen brilliant and the bad news you dey hear. Like say the good news dey like say the good news dey one place.
Baba. Cool down. This happening now. Understand? This happening now. We say that for some league now, you know, you have number one, you never finish like 3 seasons now, you never finish a league. Is it a good thing? It's a good news for a league. But when you watch all those, I'm not talking about Europe. The same Africa is Northern Africa, even South Africa. They finish league every season, and then when they bring a calendar that this season now we start so day, and you see we start so day. But our own, if we not finish, the same time we don't have a calendar to start a league. We postpone before we start it. Others don't go far. How can our team do well in Africa? They can't. They cannot do magic. Nothing like magic they can do. Understand? So to me, some people say we are praying. Me, I don't try to pray. To pray making good. They like make them good. They like make them no good. But when you listen to news, you don't say anything. You make you happy to support a Nigerian league or whatever. I'm telling you the truth. So all those things, including Enyimba, I'm a confirmed Enyimba fan. They might win tomorrow, but to progress, I don't see them. Understand? Because no preparation. It's not about prayer. Prayer without work cannot work. Understand? It cannot work at all.
Okay, I understand you. But please, let's just at least let's in the spirit of Nigerianism, just at least do our normal bit, pray, and let's just see, because all these things you are saying, this year has been tough. Are you not praying to have anything that will even give you joy, even if it's mistake, joy by mistake? you understand? Even if it's by like there was something happened. At least some forces to just work for you at times. Let joy just come your way,
no matter
even
how.
if not by mistake. Like 96, joy just came our way.
Accidental joy.
Yes, 96 joy came our way.
Thomas, I think
2013, another joy just came. Boom.
Bad joy.
You understand? So at times we should just look at it when things are like this. You understand? And we don't get choice. At least we just find we can be professional in our beats. But trust me, the element of patriotism also counts. Very, very key. No matter how the average British journalist will say it, the deep-rooted love for their country still counts, no matter what.
True.
I beg, you didn't say some clubs in League 2 or League 3 or League 1, they know they owe salary. As Papilo. But it's a post-month no.
We also
If you listen to their commentators and their analysts, when a player is of the Three Lions, see how they hype that. See in the last few weeks.
Already when you are dancing around when your performance is dancing around getting a call up,
Yes.
the narrative changes
Yes.
for you.
Instantly. Yes.
The projection changes.
Yes. You need to hear the glowing review of
The imaging
Saka
changes.
in recent weeks.
Everything
Yes.
about you changes.
Yes.
The way they go carry nugget and brush,
Yeah.
toucher, come carry better brush, they shiny.
Sorry, Thomas. Why are you trying?
No. It's Topos on.
As in they go oh no, but that's just it.
Topos mentioned.
See, you know why? Because
Okay.
on the long run, so that you can be sellable. Fine, we all know bad news sells, blah blah, but they've been able to let you know that the best news or the better news even sells.
Yeah. Pickford.
For instance, you can report that the Three Lions, maybe one player, carry woman. You understand? You've already damaged the player, right? But the better news about the player, who would even sell?
Yeah, I think that was what happened with Phil.
That one can just become a trend. It can be trendy and get that traction. But how about the other news, the other side that could sell and you project? You understand? It's about the imaging. Once you're already hovering around national call,
Yeah.
because they want the ambassadors to be painted in good lights.
True.
And once it happens like that, fine. Anyway, 0700000089. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this Patrick calling back again.
Okay, Patrick.
It looks it's my day today.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Can you see that this one now, element of luck?
and the low range out.
No. Element of luck is working for you. That's what I'm saying. At times, just
I don't believe in luck.
no, wait. You know what? Accidental joy is working for you because you may not get after this one now. You'll be surprised. You may not be able to get through again. Okay, try after this one now, or cut now and try again whether you will get through. You understand?
So, continue to expect. Because I saw the other guys, the caller, talking about our league that is moribund or is abalating. I don't agree with him because there are some countries in this even Simba that we are talking about. Their league has not picked up properly now. What are we talking about? It has not picked up properly. And yet, they were able to beat, I think they beat our team now. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Simba, I think they beat one of our club sides. Hello?
Simba beat Plateau United.
Okay. So most of these clubs that we are playing, their league has not properly kicked off. So is there any difference? If we are going to Africa, we must play like them before we now. So I don't understand where people are driving this issue. That our league is not it's not an excuse. It's not a good, because when people, other countries are hearing they be using it against that's okay. They say their league is they will not use it against us. It's not a good excuse at all. We are giants of Africa. We have been playing on this continent. The other is 2 seasons ago. They have to give us only one slot because we couldn't meet up. We couldn't qualify to the local stage. And now we are started.
Oh, Topmost, I think he wasn't really paying attention to your position where you explained when was the last time we finished a proper league season, that these things would count over time.
Backlog.
Yes.
We carry
The Tanzania is talking about, they finished their league.
No.
The new season.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's always important to listen from the start of the show, and then you understand where we are coming from. Don't enter Sole. enter the bus from the park. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Yeah, good afternoon to you. What's your name?
My name is Victor Malalu.
You're welcome, Victor.
First of all, I want to congratulate you for your new appointment.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, boss.
Yeah, well done, guys, in the studio. So I want to contribute to the discourse there.
All right.
boss.
I think for me, the coach this man is just making an excuse. Just want to say that in case we fail, because what is about playing the game, it's about form. So is it going to tell us that up to now they are not informed yet? Even the first leg 2-1, they are still not informed.
So you should try and encourage the boys to say that we are going to die there, do our best. So if they eventually lost the game, we will know that at least they have the mindset that they are going to win, not giving excuses without going to the pitch first. So I think I won't call it my game, but I think it's not good for you to be saying that. So you should just say that we are going to do our best. We will do our best. As usual, in our language in Nigeria, we do our best. So we should go there and play. Not to tell us that if giving the reason why if they fail, is not acceptable. And for people that say our league is this and that is this, there's no way they don't have issue. We know our problem. It has been there forever. It's not because of COVID-19 now. You want to say, okay, it's because of COVID-19. Even without COVID-19, we have been having the issues. How have they been faring in the continent in the last 4, 5, 7, 8 years after the race of Enyimba? Nothing has been happening. And not that we are not playing the league. They are playing the league. I think we just need to step up our organization of the management of this local league so that we can begin to see the dividends in the international level.
All right, good. Thank you so much. 0700000089. So the game started already. Talking about Burnley and West Ham United. 2 minutes gone, no goals scored in the game. And Everton, Burnley and Everton. What did I say?
West Ham.
I beg. It's West Ham United. I don't know why I'm going to 6:30.
It's Everton.
Okay, so sharp is done already. Any goals is yet in this particular game, ladies and gentlemen. It's your champions down. This is Brila. Burnley taking the lead. It is Burnley leading Everton by a goal to nothing in the second minute of the game. Burnley lead by a goal to nothing. What a way to start the game. Go show. I just gave you that.
over 1.5. Over 1.5.
Okay. So Burnley lead by a goal to nothing. It's your champions now. This is Brila. We'll soon go on a little break after we made us the team news, and then at return, we'll roll out our final talking points. Robbie Brady getting that goal. Your champions now, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brila.
Football Live are proof that Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM has gone beyond one league.
Brilla FM, what others wished they were. Brilla FM, a complete deal.
Here are the latest Manchester United headlines. I'm Aidan Perkins. We'll start with team news ahead of Saturday's trip to West Ham. It's a 5:30pm kickoff in the Premier League. Forward Marcus Rashford is the major doubt for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has a shoulder injury, although he will be assessed ahead of the match and could yet feature. Defenders Luke Shaw and Phil Jones, though, continue to be ruled out. Boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is expected to make changes following the 3-1 defeat to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League in midweek. Solskjaer, meanwhile, in an interview with Sky Sports, an exclusive interview, says that he is excited about United's, what he says, ongoing improvement. That's despite the defeat to PSG. Solskjaer said, "I'm getting excited. You're always looking for ways of improving, and we know we still have a lot to improve on, but I feel we've made some decisions that have benefited us as a team and a club. Some of the signings we have made have come in and had a great influence. As a manager, you are never 100% happy," he said. "You always want more, and you always know that the demands and the standards here at Manchester United are the highest, as they should be. Of course, it's only at the end of the season that you know how well you have done. But he said, we are moving up the table and playing better." United will hope for another away win then at West Ham on Saturday evening, a victory that could move them up as high as third in the table, maybe temporarily at least, due to the congested nature of it. United are 9th before kick-off. Elsewhere news on the transfer front, reports say that United are interested in Leicester star Harvey Barnes, and he could be a possible alternative to England international and long-term target Jadon Sancho. The Borussia Dortmund man was a target of United in the summer, but a deal failed to materialise. It could be that United turn to Barnes instead. While finally, according to the Daily Telegraph, United are hoping to get approval to welcome fans back to Old Trafford for the Premier League game against Leeds later this month. That is if Greater Manchester moves out of Tier 3 coronavirus restrictions. That's all for now. We'll have more later.
Brilla FM, a complete deal.
Take Brilla anywhere, everywhere.
Yes, you can take Brilla with you anywhere, everywhere.
The Brilla app is available for free download on Google Play. It is also there on the Apple iTunes Store. Yes, on Google Play and the Apple iTunes Store.
Look out for the Brilla football and microphone logo with the letters BRILA in green colour.
That is our authentic app. It gives you Brilla FM, Brilla.net, BrillaSports.tv and all the extra betting tips, live score, plus our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus and YouTube posts.
Sports fun. You can post your videos and eyewitness reports.
Brilla, B-R-I-L-A. Available for download on Google Play and the Apple iTunes Store. Take Brilla anywhere, everywhere on your handset.
Brilla FM, what others wished they were. Brilla FM, a complete deal.
Here are your latest Real Madrid headlines. I'm Aidan Perkins. We'll start with team news ahead of the clash with Sevilla in La Liga on Saturday afternoon. It's a 3:15 p.m. kickoff, and the pressure is mounting on boss Zinedine Zidane following a disappointing Champions League defeat to Shakhtar Donetsk in midweek. As things stand, the 13-time European champions are on their way out of the Europa League as they sit third in Group B following the 2-0 defeat, who completed an unexpected double against Los Blancos in the group stage. Zidane and Real know that they must bounce back this weekend against Sevilla, as Real, of course, struggle a little bit in the La Liga as well. In terms of team news, Sergio Ramos and Dani Carvajal are unlikely to be fit as they are continuing to train on their own rather with the rest of the group. But there are no fresh injury concerns for Zidane, although Eden Hazard and Federico Valverde both remain out injured. Speaking ahead of the game, and Zidane has admitted that he is feeling the pressure a little bit now at the Bernabeu. Zidane says that he's never seen himself as untouchable and knows that he must get results or he will be out of a job. He said, "I've never seen myself as untouchable, not as a player, as a coach, never. I'm here for a reason and I'm living this thing until the final day. When you don't win, it's normal that you get criticism. It's not going to change, nor will it change how I think of my players and the job that I do on a daily basis. There are clearly difficulties," he said, "in this job, but we're going to continue regardless," Zidane said. That's all for now. We'll have more later.
Brilla FM, a complete deal.
Football Live.
Be part of the biggest football package on radio. Football Live on Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM. Send your comments now to our Facebook fan page, Sports Radio Brilla FM. Our Twitter handle at Brilla FM 889 with the hashtag Football Live, or email footballlive@brillafm.net. Hurry now, send your comments and be heard.
Football Live. Football Live. Football Live.
Brilla FM, what others wished they were. Brilla FM, a complete deal.
Here are the latest Chelsea headlines. I'm Bobby Jackson. We'll begin with some team news as Chelsea prepare to face Leeds this evening. It's an 8 p.m. kick-off at Stamford Bridge. Head coach Frank Lampard must decide whether to hand Olivier Giroud his first Premier League start of the season, following the Frenchman's 4-goal haul against Sevilla on Wednesday. Lampard says he has a fully fit squad to choose from for Saturday's clash. Moving on, and Lampard insists he loves the rivalry with Leeds and even enjoys the players singing about him. Leeds players celebrated promotion last summer by copying the fans' chant of "Stop Crying Frank Lampard," which dates back to when Lampard was in charge at Derby in 2019 and had the Spygate bust-up with Marcelo Bielsa. Lampard celebrated in real fashion when Derby knocked out Leeds in the playoffs, and now the rivalry resumes with Chelsea and between two clubs who had infamous bust-ups dating way back to the 1970s. Well, Lampard said, "I love it. I'm not just trying to laugh about it because it is important. And us winning that game in the playoffs is one of the proudest, most enjoyable games of my career because Leeds are such a strong team. I don't mind the stop crying Frank Lampard. I had my moment when we won, and I'm very aware that when you have your moments, there will be people that will glory in the moments that don't go for you in football, and it's not a problem." And finally, Frank Lampard is seeking an extension to his deal at Stamford Bridge as he looks to be part of a long-term project. The 42-year-old has 18 months left on his deal, having succeeded Mauricio Sarri in July 2019. He led Chelsea to 4th place last season, and after spending around £220 million in the summer, he's now looking to make the club title contenders. He said, "In terms of my contract, it seems to have flown by the time that I've been here. I knew there were a lot of circumstances at the beginning that were going to make last year transitional and maybe slightly difficult. Now I feel I would love to be part of the long-term plan here. The signings we made in the summer, other than probably Thiago Silva, particularly were signings for now and the future." That's all for now. We'll have more later.
Brila FM, a complete deal.
Football Live, our proof that Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM has gone beyond one league.
How many do you want? How many do you want?
Okay, so you welcome back. It is still Football Live right here. It's our champions. Now this is Brilla. We can move it on. Burnley leading Everton by a goal to nothing. Yes, as early as the 2nd minute of the game. I can say the 3rd minute, it was indeed Bradley getting that goal. Wonderful goal, and indeed making that feel-good ambience right there for Burnley at Turf Moor. Well, we'll go to our last straight to our last talking point before we hand over to our guys in our UK studios. Now, the video assistant referee VAR is certainly not damaging football. Not my words. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said that. In a recent poll, only a third of fans across the United Kingdom said they believe VAR had made football better. Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson and Aston Villa midfielder Jack Grealish have both called for VAR to be scrapped after recent controversial decisions. World governing body FIFA took full control of VAR from the sports lawmakers, the International Football Association Board, IFAB, in July. In fact, a large chunk of fans believe VAR has taken away the excitement in the sports. Do you agree VAR is really taking away the excitement of football?
Topmost, I strongly believe that VAR is taking away all the...
Even get VAR, English, new revised English version. There is VAR, universal version. There is VAR, English version.
Topmost, I don't know about that. But
English version has red and blue tape.
Thomas, I don't know about that.
What is a common red tape for you?
I don't know about that one. No. I only know that VAR. As much as I was a big proponent for football and how it is some sort of means of justice, I think it's killing the sport. And I'd say the reason why it's killing the sport is taking away what we're trying to achieve is try to achieve a bit of fairness and equity, and everyone forgets that all is fair in love and war. Look, mistakes will be made. Even with VAR, mistakes have been made. Forget all this talk about
VAR. Need VAR.
I'm telling you, Thomas, I forget all this talk about it has reduced the amount of errors being made by 90%. Come on, get off it. It was supposed to reduce everything by 100%, not 90. And then you're saying, it is marginalized and reduce the amount of errors being made. I don't care. It's not reducing anything if there's still that little margin for error there. I think strongly, I feel, it still has the mistakes. and then you're taking away the joy of the sport, the one or two suspects. Look, the controversial moments are part of the game, whether we like it or not. That penalty that wasn't given, oh, that foul, that handball that's gone in the back of the net. One of the most significant moments in football is a handball that was scored. The hand of God that we'll continue to talk about till tomorrow. And you're telling me that, of course, this moment, perhaps if there was VAR, they'd have chalked off the goal. And then we'll not remember, oh, there was something that was scored, the hand of God. I will not question the humanity of the referee. What we're trying to do is dehumanize the sport. That's what we're trying to do, whether we like it or not. Oh, it's gone, and then it's gone for a second look, and then it's checking it, whether it's a good call or not. Look, I'd better accept being cheated in its entirety than for you to bring a computer and say this video is supposed to assist the referee, and it is still subject to the referee's views. And then he sees it and he says, look, from my own point of view, it's still this way. And for me, topmost, I mean, I give the instance of the documentary UEFA are currently filming about referees. The referees say, look, my view, it's still, yes, the video assistant referee, the video assistant is still part of the game, but it is still my view. It is what I see from. Give me another view. Give me, some referees will not even call for all 4 views. They look at one view and say, oh, that's enough for me. Some will look at it from 2 views and they say, that's enough for me. And it's killing the sport, it's killing the joy. Just imagine you've already gone, celebrated the goal, and then they're calling your celebration back and saying, look, take back that celebration. All that energy, wasted. Your momentum, down the drain. Topmost, there's nothing anyone can tell me. VR is killing the sport. Not just killing the sport, it's killing all the enjoyment and all the joy that comes with it.
Well, Topmost, I'll look at it from you saying VAR needs VAR, and I'd like to talk about VAR's consistency. Now, I don't think the rules are clear-cut. I don't think the decisions are there for you to see very, very clear. Now, if you look at football, if you say when you throw the pass and then the player who is to receive the pass has gone, you know, in front of the opposing defender, the last man, you know that any day, anytime, that's offside. If you foul a player in the penalty box any day, anytime, it's a penalty. Now VAR is not that way, so you can't get consistency. 1 minute or in one particular match, one player is headbutting another one, you're giving him a red card that VAR reviewed it, and in another game another player is doing that same thing, and then VAR is not seeing that as a red card. 1 minute you have one player handling the ball in the penalty box, VAR reviews, the referee goes to check, the referee says okay, it's a penalty. It happens in another game, maybe same league, the referee says it's not a penalty. Now it is this inconsistency and this confusion that makes me feel, what now is the essence of the VAR? If we talk about VAR, then we should have a uniformity. Now, there's no uniformity of decision. There's no consistency. So, what I'm talking about VAR, when we didn't have VAR, we had these controversies. Now we have VAR. We still have the controversy. So, what then is the point? If VAR can get VARized, and we find out that we will not get all these mixed decisions, conflicting decisions, I'm cool with VAR. Because if you score a goal and it's offside and the referee misses it, VAR can come, check it, because it is offside. Justice has been served. But don't give me a penalty, or I shouldn't concede a penalty, and same scenario plays out at the other end of the pitch, and then VAR is not checking it, or VAR checks it, the referee has a different decision to it, then we don't need the VAR. So for me, it is consistency, and then what are the tenets that this VAR has? What tenet upholds the VAR? We need to have uniformity in decision taking, decision making, and how we interpret the rules of VAR. If they can get this done, then VAR should stay. If not, if they want to continue VAR like this, there's no need for it. Let's just go back to how we were before.
Okay, 0700000089. Okay, let me quickly send you something all the way from using his official Twitter handle. And now there's been this news with regards to the injury Victor Osimhen cropped up, and the shoulder injury, and there was this news from Football Italia saying, according to Tutto Sports, Napoli medics saying they believe Nigerian doctors did more damage to Osimhen's shoulder, trying to pull it back in place. However, Osimhen came up as to say it's not true. It's popped up on his official Twitter handle, and we have very experienced hands in the Super Eagles. I'm not saying this as the image maker. I'm saying this from the inside. Really experienced. That is the patient, and he knows. I think sensationalism at times kills joy. I understand the game. You understand? So
well
I think we should just drop this wherever the architects of this are, the architects wherever they are. Please, let's allow our guy get back well. Such reports get into the head.
Yes.
Such reports are not going to be damaging Nigeria. It's the player. It's the player. So it could be such reports could be something cooked up by the other teams, the 19 other teams in the Italian league that go and kill him psychologically by bringing this kind of reports, because he's getting closer to recovery. And it's the wrongest of times, in quotes, to start this kind of report. So please, everyone, the Nigerian doctors did not do more damage. Osimhen is recovering fine and will recover well and will return to action. We will get to hear from Osimhen as well soon. So that's it. Through the official Super Eagles and also the official NFF communications, we'll get to hear from Osimhen.
Thomas, the only thing I see here is if we're getting news like this, then it tells you something. A boy is a big man. We're talking.
I like his response.
Yeah.
Just 3 words. Not through though.
Yeah.
You don't even spell the dough finish. But my boy, you don't get time. You don't get time for falsehoods.
I'm so hungry to see Victor Osimhen back on the field of play. As in, when they say hunger, like, I'm not playing the ball, but I want him to be back on the field because I know what this man brings to the table, and I really want his success because I know how important it is for Victor Osimhen to succeed for Nigerian footballers. If he succeeds, Thomas, we're talking about an era when Nigerian players, it could be potentially opening a door like Stefan Keshi did when he went to Belgium back in the days. If he does become a massive hit at Napoli, which I think he will, this is a man who could perhaps open a new era for Nigeria. We're talking about a golden generation. I don't think we're seeing a golden generation. Where Osimhen,
do you know the media? See, that's why now I understand why a lot of things are really kept away from the media at times, because we could have the tendency of
overblowing.
Yes, of overblowing this. There was a player, a Nigerian player, that had COVID-19 recently.
Said you should
and for almost 12 days, 14 days, had COVID-19, was in isolation. He had no symptoms, he was asymptomatic, but he tested repeatedly positive for COVID-19. I won't mention the name. And then, on the eve of a very crucial match, he tested positive, he tested negative. He had not trained with the team for almost 2 weeks, but he tested negative. Joined the match day squad. The bench was lean. Apparently, they had more. The bench was lean. Played on the day. Come on. And that's because, imagine if they had dropped it like that. Fine, it's good to the ball. That's why a lot of people just want to keep
manage the situation well.
Manage the information. You manage information. It doesn't mean you'll be lying. See, that's why there are different things. You won't lie about the situation. You only manage a certain information, not just because of the media, but for those involved, the team. It could psychologically weigh them down. Weigh down the players, weigh down the team, weigh down everyone. And they go there and fumble.
In fact, what Osimhen has done, topmost, is very, very commendable and laudable. Because if he had allowed this to stick, I think it might rub off negatively on the national team. Saying that, when we release players to go for the national team, if they cop any injuries, the doctors there are not top notch, they will know what to do, they will know how to manage the situation. and then players will get skeptical of coming around for games. But now, debunking this, rubbishing this particular information has taken that away to show that we have grade A, top notch, and fantastic guys who you can measure with the top guys too abroad, and who can get the job done when you need them to. So this would not have gone down too well if Osimhen didn't even come out to debunk this particular information. So it's a good one. I like what Osimhen has done. It goes to show that it's not even about your age. See, maturity na your levels. So you don't have to be old to be matured enough to come out and debunk this kind of information. So when next the Super Eagles camp get to open, we have our players trooping in and coming in, not having any fear that do we really have the doctors? What if I cope on injury? What if something happens? Can they manage the situation? No, they can manage the situation. We have top guys who can get the job done. So good one for Osimhen. And like FJ said, I can't wait for him to come back. I just want to see him hit the bull's eye and banging the goals with reckless abandon.
No man. Okay, 0700000089. One call and then we go straight to our UK studios. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir.
My name is Emeka.
You are
once
Emeka.
again. All right. I want to disagree completely with Tosin when he said that VAR is killing the game. No, I disagree. If you are telling me that VAR has killed the excitement of the game a little bit, yes, I agree. But if you tell me that VAR has destroyed the game or killed the game, that's where I have a problem. Now, a week ago, we talked about the hand of God goal in 1986 World Cup between Argentina and England. If there was VAR, I don't think that goal could have stood. Now, the intention of VAR is to restore sanity or to restore fairness in football. Now, it took FIFA how many years? It took a disallowed goal by Frank Lampard in the 2006 World Cup, I think,
2010.
that made introduce the goal line technology. Okay, there are some incidents that demand that sanity and fairness must be brought to the game. And football, whether we like it or not, football has, in terms of reputation, is a notorious sport when it comes to unfair and stupid decisions. I'm sorry to say this. The VAR has come to correct that. But in terms of correcting that, sacrifices will have to be made. And what's that sacrifice? Excitement. Now, I will not agree that it has killed the excitement completely. After all, when you score a goal, the person that is trying to celebrate will have to realize that he doesn't have to celebrate here. He has to look at the flag man. He has to look at the cameras. He has to look at those who are watching the game to find out whether he's going to celebrate or not. He has to keep his excitement in check before the goal will be allowed or disallowed. Now, that I will agree. But when it comes to killing the game, I don't think so. In fact, let me tell you what's going to kill the game. What kills the game is unfair decisions. What kills the game is injustice on the pitch. What kills the game is bad officiating. And to me, that is a problem for football. Because even with VAR, we still see the bad officiating on the pitch. We see it. It is very bad in the EPL. That is why the EPL tried to adjust the VAR to their own standards, where a referee will not go to the monitor and see what is going on. So that's the problem. Bad officiating is killing the game, and not VAR. VAR is trying to reduce the level of bad officiating in our game. And to me, that is good intentions when it comes to VAR. But telling me that VAR has killed the game, that is, to me, it's not acceptable.
Okay,
thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much, everyone. Well, we're going to wrap up this leg of football night. That's because our guys are ready to take over. Bobby Jackson and Steve Pearson. Thanks, FJ. Thanks, Kingsley. So let's go straight to join Bobby Jackson and Steve Pearson for the remainder of Football Live. The journey takes us up till 6 p.m. Babafemi Raji is my name. I'm the topmost striker. Catch ya.
You're listening to Football Live.
Welcome along to Football Live this Saturday afternoon, the 5th of December. Once again, plenty of fixtures to take in here on Football Live with myself, Bobby Jackson and Steve Pearson today. We'll be with you right through until 5 p.m. this evening. We've got games going on at the moment. One of those is in the Premier League as it stands. It's Burnley 1, Everton 0, half an hour